Rose Wangari.
Hi everyone. I hope that we are all doing good. This is Holistic Therapy. I'm Rose Wangari, and I have a master's in counseling psychology from the University of Nairobi, and this is a safe space, as I always tell you. And today I was working from home, and I was thinking of these. I've been having several clients, especially last week, who are telling me of how they cannot go outside the house, or one of them was telling me that they had hid in the house for around 4 months because they could not go out due to how people had talked about them, gossip. And that's why today I want us to talk about gossip and how how it can affect you and the psychology of gossip. Have you ever heard something about yourself and you wonder, are they talking about me? Because some things are like, you wonder, is this story cooked from hell, or what's happening? And I think there are so many people who have suffered in the hands of gossipers, and I want you to pause and think about, are you a gossiper yourself? Do you cause people pain? Do you talk about people? You talk about evil things about them, and when they hear, they get discouraged. They're like, oh God, I cannot do that. I know there are people who have gone through a lot because of people's mouths, and that reminds me of why some people were so active, even in church, even in family meetings, even in so many things, and just immediately you hear that they have shut it off. One thing I know is that maybe they had something about themselves. Maybe you have a husband who you hear, they have been seen all over the place with every girl in the village, with every girl in town, and you're like, God, how do I face people? Sometimes you have this kid you love so much, and sometimes you hear the things they have done out there. Maybe you are a church girl, and you just get pregnant, and people don't know. People are talking about you everywhere. Maybe you have been in church for a very long time, and maybe you do something and people talk about you, and you're like, I'll never step in church again. Or let's step away from that. Maybe you are married and you don't have a kid, and every time people look at you, they are counting years, they are counting days, and they're like, oh God, when is this one going to give birth? You know, people will talk about nasty things about you. One of my friends the other day was telling me that when they were small, someone told them that they had bow legs. They didn't have, but that thing has affected them up to now. There are so many things that we hear about ourselves, and you're like, God, did I do that? Was that me, or what was that? So today, I wanted us to talk about gossip. And have you ever been a gossip victim? We all have been. And sometimes people have said things which are so hurtful, things which are so bad about us. Sometimes you feel like you want to run and hide. The other day I did a video about the things they have learned at 30 years. And let me tell you something. At 30, I don't care about gossipers. I know who I am, and that's what matters. And that's why I usually tell you in this in holistic therapy that you need to know yourself. You need to know who you are. You need to understand yourself. When you understand yourself, when you know who you are, when you know that the things that people talk about you, they are not true. If people say that you are dirty and you know that you are clean, if people say that maybe you are an evil person, or maybe you are a prostitute and you know that you are not. If people maybe they say that you are a thief and you are not. If people maybe they say that you have aborted because they can't see you with the baby, and you know that is a lie. One thing I want you to understand is that people say what they know, and sometimes they don't even know whether what they are saying is true. They just want to cause chaos. So at 30, I'm very aware of myself. I know my mistakes. So if I make a mistake and I hear someone talking about it, I already know. If someone says something that I am not, I usually take it to a court. As I was telling another friend of mine the other day, if I hear something has been talked about me, I usually take it to the court of my brain, and I'm like, is this a fact? Is this a fact? No, it's not. So if it's not, I don't care about it actually. And let me ask you something. At this age, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a therapist dealing with patients and clients the whole day. I'm vlogging, I'm here doing this YouTube content, and I'm a student to some extent. I'm a gospel artist. I serve in church. I wonder where I would even get time. Hiyo nguvu nitatoa wapi ya kusikiza zile vitu zenye watu wanasema? And even if I hear they have said about something, really, do you even have that time? So keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy. So what I would say is this. Maybe you are watching me and maybe you are the gossiper. Sometimes tables stand. So if you're there, you are watching me and you are the gossiper. Just remember one time when you are gossiped and it hurt you. That's how everybody else gets hurt, when they have been gossiped about. The other thing is that sometimes you are not a gossiper, but someone you are, your friends gossip and they love to gossip a lot. So when that gossip hits you, don't spread it. Don't spread it. Don't let it come from you to the next ear. If some people come to you and they tell you this is what, this is this is what this person did, this and that, let it die. Let it hit you and die. Let it just end there. And there's something I have come to learn. Me, I'm very direct. If you come and tell me someone's issues and someone's story, I will tell you that this conversation is turning into a gossip, and I'm not comfortable with it. Because I have been a victim of gossip, and I've been a victim of gossip, and I can tell you, because it hurts, when you come to tell me stories about something and I feel that this is turning into a gossip, I'll stop you right there, and I'll be like, this is turning into a gossip, and I cannot talk about other people like that. It also helps me because I'm a therapist, and you know, when you are a therapist, people tell you secrets they cannot tell other people. And by the way, if you have maybe you have been one of my clients or even my friend, and you have explained to me some of your challenges, they are safe with me. I really, not even really, I don't talk about people. I don't talk about other people's challenges. I'm so confidential, and I wish that we can learn that if you know someone is going through something, please don't go there trashing them, talking evil about them. And let me tell you something. It is good to understand the psychology of gossipers. Can you remember the time that you gossiped about something? What drove you? Gossipers, there are different reasons why people gossip. One, sometimes people gossip just to put you down. Let me tell you, people will never talk about if you are not making a difference, if you are not creating an influence. So they say, do nothing, say nothing, suffer nothing. So if people are talking about you, sometimes they want to pull you down. And sometimes they're just idle. Sometimes people are not gossipers, but they have friends who are, and they want to fit in a group. So people gossip. And let me tell you something that you should always remember, that what people talk about you, and I remember I told you the other day, you cannot control the stuff that people gossip you about. Yes, there are things you have not heard, people talk about you, and you will hear them very soon. And you are like, let me sit down and listen more. And after that, what do I do? And after that, what do I do? So I want you to understand that. Even the Bible says that from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So there is something I want you to understand. That what people say about you is a reflection of what they think they are. If you see people trashing you and saying bad things about you, that is how they feel about themselves. People saying pathetic things about themselves, they are feeling insecure, they are feeling anxious. And when people are feeling fearful, what they do, they transfer that fear into gossip. They want to feel in control by gossiping about the people they fear. So if you're making an influence, and if someone gossips about you, it is good to ask yourself, are these people projecting their insecurities to me? So people gossip because of different reasons. And what if what people are saying about you is so hurtful? You hear about it, it's so hurtful. You don't know what to do. You want to hide yourself in the house. You just want to sleep, to eat, to cry, to go out there to eat junks, you know, just to go out there, ukule machipo, ukule nini, after 2 months, hata huwezi toshoa na nguo because they said what. Let me tell you something. It is always very good. And I think we are going to talk about this topic one of these days, about compassion and forgiveness. Sometimes it is always good to understand that people who gossip about you, they have evil intentions. Yes. Because I believe that people who have good intentions, they come to you direct and they say, Rose, what you are doing, I don't think it's adding up. It's not mature. What you are doing is not what you should be doing. I think this and this and that. But people who gossip about you, they want you to hear from other people so that your heart can be broken. Now, instead of them breaking your heart, why don't you forgive? Why don't you let them go? As you have been saying, why don't you accept? They said something that was so evil and you just let it sleep, you know? And also, if practice self-care, practice compassion. Let me ask you, the last time you had a gossip about someone else, how many days do you think about it? Like, ulisikia mtu alifanya kitu fulani, and sometimes, and maybe you are like, I think that was so bad. What they did was not good. It was not the right thing to do. But how many days do you sleep over that? Let me tell you, people are busy paying bills. People are busy paying loans. People are busy running their own stuff. So don't think that people hide a gossip about you and they are just there thinking about now you because you are gossiped about this and that. I want you to understand people are busy. So sometimes you might not even go outside because of what someone is doing or because maybe what you had and it hurt you and maybe what people are saying about you. But let me tell you something. People don't care about you. And that is the sad fact. So the other thing you can do is that show up. If maybe you are in a certain group and you heard that maybe those people are talking evil about you, show up. Show up in that group. Don't be lonely. If it is one person, maybe you are in an office and maybe one of your colleagues, you know, gossip is is a bullying thing. So if someone talked something bad about you and they expect you to go and hide somewhere and go and cry, I want you to show up. Just go and show up. Yes, you're going to show up. You're going to show up in that meeting. You're going to show up in that office. Because let me tell you, if you want something people said about you to die, there is something you have to do. You don't have to show people that you care. Because the purpose of the person who gossips you, it is for you to hide. It is for you to be lonely. It is for you to go and bury yourself in the sand. It is for you to go there and cry and do what, and your life to stop. So get life rolling. Let them know that they never affected you so that they don't affirm that what they were saying is right. The other thing that is very important is that what people say about you, it is their own opinion and they're entitled to that. I think I have reached a point where, because now I understand that what matters most is what I know. It is the truth that I know. So there is something that I have come to understand, that if you say something and it is not true, I'm not going to sitakosa kuenda kwa barabara or maybe going to work or even doing my thing because you said something that is bad about me. No, I'll show up in meetings. I'll go and see my clients. I'll take care of my family. I'll go and serve in church. I don't care who said what and how and what happened, because I know one thing I believe is that what I know and the facts that I know, that is what matters. Because let me tell you, people don't care. People don't care about if you think that they care as much as you think. The other thing, and maybe the second last point, never explain yourself when you hear a gossip about you. Don't explain it. Don't call a meeting and you are like, let me explain to you, this is not what I did. Let me tell you, the best way to disarm a person who gossips about you, it is just to let it rest. Let it go. Don't even Never even explain about it. And if someone comes and confronts you and they ask you, I had this and this about you, I don't know how you are going to do, to talk about, I don't know how you are going to go about this, just tell them right now, I cannot talk about it. Yes, it's your mouth, it's your heart, it's your mind, it's your story. So don't over-explain yourself. Never explain gossip. Don't affirm things that people have said about you to know that they are not true. Because at the end of the day, they say that before the truth wakes up, lies have gone halfway. So the drama will die down and the truth will show up. So don't like to do your things because someone said something evil about you. The other thing, it is good to know whether a gossip is true or false. And if it's not a fact, if it is not true, why waste time over it? Why not just let it go? Sometimes you just say, you hear something about yourself and you're like, aha. You just laugh at yourself and you're like, really? Is that me? Can I even do that? And you're like, okay. The other day I showed you how to shrug your shoulders. It works very well for me. When someone says something stupid and you know it is not real, okay, fine. People are entitled to their opinion. The other thing, when people gossip about you, it is good to know that you are not alone. People gossip about everybody. It is not like it is just a problem that is cut for you. Oh, no. People gossip about everyone, everybody. They gossip about me, they gossip about the president, they gossip about your spouse, they gossip about everybody else. So don't lack to sleep because someone talked about you. It is not a problem that you are facing alone. All of us, we are being gossiped somewhere. There are some things I hear about myself and maybe even about people that I love, and I'm like, really? So it is not a problem that you are suffering alone, and I hope that should encourage you. So there is nothing that you go through in this life, even psychologically, that you face alone. The other thing, it is good to know your circle of friends. Let me tell you, if you are around gossipers, you will have so much drama in your life. Before I knew that, I had this friend of mine who, every friend I used to introduce them to, I used to lose that person I introduced them to, because they used to go and maybe say nasty things about me, and because you are friends earlier with those people, I'm like, why don't we vibe anymore? Before I realized, she goes and tells them, it was a long time ago in our campus days, she goes and tells them about bad things about me, and then she goes and says that I have told her this and that. Personally, I'm not a gossiper, by the way. I'm not a gossiper. I don't talk about other people because I don't think it benefits. I don't even have that time, actually. And when I meet people, even my friends, we have a lot of things to talk about each other. We have challenges we are going through. We are growing. So we want to talk about growth. And sometimes that's why I told you that if you gossip with me, I'm going to be direct with you, and I'm going to tell you I'm not going to talk about this story with anyone. And I wish that all of us can be like that. Don't sit there talking about someone, talking about your friends with someone who doesn't care. So I want you to understand and know that. I want you to know that. Let gossip, when it hits you, let it die down. Let it die just like that. So don't be the person who passes that gossip over to someone else. The other thing is that sometimes gossip can be so bad, it will cause you anxiety and depression and other mental health issues. So it is good to seek help. But when I will hear that people have talked about you and you can't come out of the house, I think I will whip you. Because sometimes, and most of the times, it has nothing to do with you. It's them. They're having a problem with themselves. A lot of problems with themselves. They want to pull you down. Whatever they are talking about is not even a fact. So from today, I want you to understand your facts. I want you to know yourself. I want you to know your strengths. I want you to know your weaknesses. So that when you hear things about yourself, you won't be surprised. You'll be like, that's not me. This is not a fact. I'm not this person. I'm not that person. I'm not that person. I know myself. And that is the greatest strength that you can have. And there is this joke that I like. if you want to say something, because some of us we attract gossip, because every secret you have, you don't even know the right ears that should be hearing it. So I want to encourage you, look for someone you know they are confidential and share your issues with them. And sometimes they say that the best person to give your stories that you don't want to ever hear with anyone else, it's your husband, because in the first place they are not even listening, so they won't tell anyone else. I'm not mentioning names. So have good ears, know who you're going to tell your stories to. Don't just open your mouth and spill your beans all over the place. Go look for a counselor. By the way, all therapists are very confidential people. Even when you see them with other friends, by the way, if I'm your therapist, because I know some of you that watch me, you are my clients. So when you see me in your group of in a circle of your friends, don't fear that maybe what you told me they already know. No, or even your therapist, wherever you go, your secrets are always safe with them. So I want you to understand from today, don't pay attention to gossip. Sometimes I think you outgrow some of these stupid stuff, some of this nonsense, and you know gossipers know that you'll be hurt, and that is the intention. So why serve them what they want? So have some self-care. So I've told you, wherever you are being gossiped, show up. Don't fear to go to church because they said this and that. Don't fear to go to work. Don't fear to do your things. Don't fear to take care of your family because your in-laws said this and that. No, do your thing. Get busy. Even in the Bible, Paul says that live a quiet life and mind your own business. So one way of minding your own business is to let gossipers to be. So I think that is helpful. So if you hear things about you that you are even surprised whether it is you or someone else, don't let them be your label. Okay, if you hear people say that you are a thief and you are not, that you have aborted and you have not, don't label yourself. Don't let those things make you lose your integrity. Don't let them put a vengeful feeling in you. Don't let them don't revenge by gossiping back. Doesn't work like that. Let gossip die, okay? Let gossip die. Whatever they say about you, that is none of your business, okay? Go on with your business, show up, do your life, seek help, because all of us we are having people who are gossiping about us, and it's good. Because if nobody talks about you, then sometimes maybe there's a problem. So I love you so much. Today I felt that we could handle gossipers. And if you're there and you're a gossiper, please, it hurts people. Don't gossip. And if you're surrounded by people who have gossip, you'll have a lot of drama. So also at Holistic Therapy, I think we should be working with people who can talk positive things about other people. So when someone comes and they tell you something bad about a person, instead of picking it up like, mi najua nakuanga hivyo, just say positive things about that person. You might change that person, that gossiper's mind, okay? Because at Holistic Therapy, we know what we are doing and we do it perfectly. So I love you, I love you, I love you. Bye. Have a good evening. And remember to subscribe, to like, to comment. Imagine, sometimes I see like 300 of you have watched, or even 500, and it's only my comment that is down there. Please comment something, even if you say yes or even yay, just something. And also like, share this content. Let's keep growing at Holistic Therapy. I love you.